My name is Janice Darrow. I'm an intuitive empowerment guide, and today I want to talk about being an enabler and how to tell the difference between when to help and not help. And so this has been a huge learning for me because, I was a foster parent in my 20s and 30s, and then my first husband and I adopted 5 children. And then in the working profession of helping others, it's so enabling was probably my first name for a while. And I heard something that really made a difference for me. Somebody suggested that if you see someone in life like they're in a boat in a river and they're not paddling their own boat, don't jump in and row their boat for them. And that visual has helped me so much. So really, when I see that people are really making an effort in their life and they're rowing their boat in life and trying to get from point A to B, and even if it's hard, that's really clarity to go in and when asked for help, is it time to help? But if somebody is not and they're feeling stuck and they're in the swamp and they're not willing to pick up the paddles and they have a million reasons why they're not rowing their boat or a million reasons why the boat doesn't move, I have been able to see that as a clarity for me not to jump in. And sad, it's really hard because when you really care deeply about people and you really want to see people become empowered, in my case, I've really come far with my own growth and self-love. I want to give back. But what I am learning, and I say I'm learning because it's always a journey, is to really recognize that suffering isn't a bad thing. It can motivate people. People don't change usually unless they're suffering enough or they're inspired. And just think about this. How many people do you know in your life that have made a change, whether it's career, whether it's relationship, whether it's letting go of addictions, letting go, moving, making changes? How many people do you know that have changed in their life because they were just in the mood? Most likely, most people change that that made the change because they were suffering. Few change because they were inspired. Those are the two. So if your person that you want to help, if you're in a helping profession, or your partner or someone in your life is not wanting to change because they're not inspired or they're not suffering enough. And how you can tell if they're not suffering enough is they're not willing to do what it takes. The best thing to do for your own health and well-being is to step back, love them up, and really create a clear boundary of, here I am, I love you. When you're ready, here's some tools, some thoughts, some ideas. Because I've just watched over the years, myself especially, and other people, just get beat up emotionally through trying to help someone that they love. The other part of that is a lot of times we help people in our lives because it's causing us suffering. So we want to fix them so that we're no longer suffering ourselves. However, what that does, though, is it creates this tangled web of you being stuck in micromanaging their process when they're really, really not inspired or suffering enough. And really, so the important part there is to step back, to look at your own feelings of victim, your own feelings of grief, your own feelings of anger, and love yourself up. And in those situations, you're being called to really love you up more. So I would highly recommend that if you're in a situation where you're feeling emotionally battered by someone else's stuff and you keep trying to help them and getting slapped emotionally, to step back, love yourself up, and recognize that you're needing a lot of tender love right now, and you're the best person to give that to yourself in the moment. I have on one of the other videos that I've done talking about loving up in gratitude and how loving up in gratitude can really help increase your strong core and help nourish you into a healthier way. So you might want to take a listen to that or a watch or whatever you do with these. And thanks, and I hope this has been helpful. And have a good day. Thank you.